Okay, students, welcome to the third video of the PT365 environment series. Okay, now we have what we have done till now. We have covered in our last two videos about ozone hole, state of cryosphere, and all about the climate change. Whatever the climate change topics have been given in 365, we have already covered it. So in that series, COP25 became important, and India's contribution at COP and INDCs of India has already been seen. Then we discussed about the climate mitigation and adaptation, some of the schemes and all the things that we then discussed. Okay, then what we did, we did some institutions also in our second video, and now today what we are going to start is from the pollution chapter. Okay, we will do today we will do this air pollution, and going ahead we will see the water pollution also, its conservation and its problems. So when we are doing this pollution topic, so the first basic question is, what is pollution? What is pollution? So when we go by the definition of the pollution is nothing but the addition of a certain materials, addition of certain materials in excess to in excessive amounts. Okay, so you must remember that this is called pollution. So pollution, in its basic sense, like if you add any impurity. Okay, certain materials, but if you add, we can call it impurity also. Okay, like if a black carbon or soot, that is called, we also call this is soot. Okay, if this soot is added in air, then this becomes air pollution. So do we call air pollution when we add some other impurities, or we can call when CO2, let's take the example CO2. If CO2 becomes increasing in the air, then will it be called air pollution? The answer is yes. So concentration of CO2 should be 0.003%. But if anything, by any chance, if this concentration increases in the air, then this air will also be called air pollution. Okay, okay. Then now we will move to, having defined the basic concept of pollution. Now we will move to our topic, that is air pollution. So also some other basic things can also be done, understood. Okay, let me make it here. So what how the pollution is classified? Classification, classification, classification of forest. Oh, sorry, pollution. So pollution can be classified on the based on the impurities, based on a type of impurities. So these impurities can be based on the type of impurities. That is, first is primary pollution. Okay, what is this primary pollution? Primary pollution is when the impurity is directly added to the air or water. Okay, okay. Like we can take the example that we took here. Soot is the soot is a compound that is made when we burn fire. Okay, when we burn fire, the carbon dioxide, along with carbon dioxide, some of the compounds, some of the organic matter which is not fully combustible, gets into the air. So this is called primary pollutant. Okay, and another thing is like plastic. So plastic can directly be added to the soil, and this becomes soil pollution. Okay. Now second is secondary pollutant. Secondary pollutant. So what is secondary pollutant? Secondary pollutants doesn't have its source directly. Directly, it cannot be directly be added to the pollutant as a case of the pollutant. But this can be formed. This gets formed with the reaction among primary pollutants. Primary pollutants. Okay. So if you take the case of the ozone that we discussed in our previous video. Okay, let's take another slide. uh so so ozone. So ozone is a secondary pollutant that is made by peroxyl acetate nitrate PAN when this gets when this reacts with the nitrogen and hydrocarbons in presence of sunlight. So this gives ozone as a substitute. Okay, as a secondary pollutant. So this ozone becomes secondary pollutant. I hope you understand the concept of primary and secondary pollutant. Okay, according to the pollutants can also be classified according to the existence in mm, nature. Okay, existence in nature. So how can they be classified? Like they can be classified as quantitative quantitative pollutants. So if the quantity if the quantity of a pollutant increases, like if we know that this oxygen or argon is present in our air in 0.03%, near approximately about this percentage. So if we add more argon to it, then this will be called as argon in a quantitative. Like if we make this to 2% or 3% of the air, so this will be a quantitative pollutant. But another is qualitative pollutant. So what can we call it? Qualitative pollutants are quantities are when the quantities are low. Okay, quantities but qualitatively that product is very toxic. Like take the example of DDT. DDT is a DDT has acts as an insecticide and pesticide that are used in the fields. But if it is even in very small quantity, even in very small quantity, when quantity is very low, still the effect of this DDT is very high. So this is called a qualitative pollutant. Okay, there is another classification of pollutants. We can see it here based on the nature of disposal. So based on the nature of disposal, the pollutants can be biodegradable. That is, which can the compounds which can be degraded. Okay, by the microbes like sewage. If sewage is added to the water, then it becomes water becomes polluted. But this sewage can be degraded easily by the microorganisms. But another can be non-biodegradable. Example, you take the example of plastic cannot be degraded easily. So this is all about the pollutants. Okay, now moving to the our topic. What is the news is about air pollution. Okay, we are starting the air pollution. The emission norms for the coal based thermal power plants have been revised. Okay, so what this news is saying about this is that only 77%, 77 coal plants in our country have installed flue gas desulfication (FGD), which is less than 8% of the total coal-based plants. So uh, before I give you the whole idea of this topic, let's take this. What is this? This emission norms for thermal power plants. Okay, so environment emission norms have been given by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, that stands for controlling. The thermal power plants have to control sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and mercury emissions from the coal thermal power plants. These are the laws made by the ministry in 2015 firstly, but what happened later, uh, and you must remember that this has been launched under, these laws have been given under the Environment Protection Act. Okay, so let me give you the some of the history. So in 2015, what government said that thermal power plants emit a large amount of emissions. So and thermal power plants burn the coal and produce power. So these emissions get into the air and hence pollute air. So in 2015, what was asked to these thermal power plants, that you just install flue gas desulfication in your smoke towers, and what this technology does, we already discussed in our second video. So there is no point in going in detail again and again. Okay, so fluid gas desulfication and other equipment should be used by these thermal power plants, so that the pollution gets decreased from the exhaust of the thermal power plants. So but what happened? These thermal power plants could not install these flue gas desulfication plants. Why? Because this technology is very costly. So and thermal power plants were already in the debt, so they could not install these flue gas desulfication plants. So what government did in 2021 and 2022, that it gave these thermal power plants some luxury, that okay, you if you can't if you were not able to install till now, then from 2023 you keep on installing now, and from 2020 we are giving you targets that these are the type of the plants that should have this thermal power, this flue gas desulfication technology. Okay, so this is all about here. So in order in this backdrop, this news tracks how many thermal power plants have installed this flue gas desulfication, and how many have not. So this news becomes important, that only 8% of the thermal power plants of the country has installed this technology till date. Okay, so now moving ahead, this category and this becomes unimportant for you, because no one is going to ask that what are the target dates in the prelims. Only you have to remember that some three categories have been made, A, B, and C, and in A category, only 10-kilometer radius of the Delhi NCR has been Delhi NCR and cities. Only cities and Delhi NCR have been targeted. In category B, the critically polluted areas have been targeted, and all other power plants have been targeted in category C. Only this much information is important. Now, so so the government has also given an exemption to some of the power plants that are going to close after 31st December 2027. That do not have to comply with these norms. Okay, now moving ahead, what are the pollution control technologies that can be used in the power plant's operation? Okay, so This is very important because as a person or as a officer, so you have to remember, you have to understand that how pollution can be controlled. So pollution can be controlled in three stages: before the combustion of the coal, in the combustion of the coal, and after combustion of the. Before combustion of the coal, you have to wash the coal washing reduces the impurities surrounding the coal, which are very high in pollutions. Okay, coal washing, and then blending is this coal with another coal of high quality will reduce the emissions. Okay, now what happens in during the combustion, low nitrogen oxide burner LNB technology can be used. So what this and over fire air in boiler. So what this doing, it increases the oxygen to the thermal power plants, and hence nitrogen oxides gets converted into nitrogen dioxide NO2, which is a lesser amount of pollutant than N2. Okay, then limestone injections can be done to reduce the sulfur dioxide emissions. Okay, okay. What happens after the post combustion? After the combustion has already taken place in the power plants, like this is the thermal power plant. Consider it as like this. Okay, so here when this exhaust is going into the air, here we can make some technology, we can make some technology interventions. Here this technology comes into picture, that is flue gas desulfication. What this technology does, it has some compounds inside it. So when this emissions goes into passes through this layer, this technology, what happens that this sulfur dioxide gases uh, gets converted into some other compounds, mostly sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So this sulfur dioxide, it doesn't get emitted into the atmosphere. Okay. Now for nitrogen oxides emissions, selective catalytic or non-catalytic reduction happens. So this is the case of sulfur dioxide. If dioxide is getting out, so selective catalytic reduction SCR technology can be used. And what this technology use, it has the catalyst inside it. So what this catalyst do, catalyst reduces the nitrogen dioxide gases to very low amount of carbon nitrogen oxides, which is having lesser impact on the air pollution. Okay. And another technology that can be used is particular matter emissions. To reduce the metal emissions, we can use electrostatic precipitation. These are precipitators which are charged in the positive and negative domain. And when this shoot in the air shoots in the air, goes passes through this high voltage region. So what happens, electrons get due to this high voltage, electrons get distributed on this shoot, and by the property of electronic magnetic field gets formed in this region. So this electron along with the dust particle starts moving towards the positive charge, and these shoots get accumulated at this portion of the plate where the positive charge is there. So afterwards what happens, this plate can be hit with some material, and this dust gets settled in here. So this shoots which are going as a waste in the air gets converted and collected, and then another disposal of these shoots can be taken place. So this is all about air pollution. Okay, so in this domain of the air pollution, we have to get a new news that graded response action GRAP. Um, what is this? I will talk about it later. But who manages this and controls this graded response action plan is Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining areas, CAQM. You have to remember this name. So moving ahead, what is this graded response action plan? Graded response action plan is nothing but it is an emergency response mechanism. It is an emergency response mechanism. What happened if I take you through the historical perspective? Some this and every November or December, the pollution of the air pollution of Delhi increases, spikes very highly. So what happened? The Supreme Court gave in its judgment that just Supreme Court came out with graded response action plan (GRAP). So it was a Supreme Court monitored plan to reduce the air pollution of Delhi during that time. What happened when the air pollution goes about this level, this or some predefined level, then some of the actions were taken by the government, like if it goes above like poor category. I'm just giving you an example. If it going about the poor category, then just implement odd even scheme. Or if it is very poor, then don't allow the movement of trucks, because trucks use diesel, and diesel is a very highly emitting fuel, which emits very which reduce air pollution in very high amount. So this was all about great response action plan, which was monitored by Supreme Court. But now what has happened a few years back, this parliament has made a law and has given this power to implement this GRAP to Commission for Air Quality Management, a body. Okay, so this is the emergency response mechanism. It has been found by Supreme Court in 2006 in the case of MC Mehta versus Union of India. Okay, it was notified under Environment Protection Act. This is important. In under which act the government has given this GRAP. So you have to remember it is Environment Protection Act. Okay, now it is implemented by Commission for Air Quality Management. You already know it. Now, what happened? And this is another news for you, and you must remember it. First, when the Supreme Court used to have a control on GRAP, the what were the measures that what were the points that used to be taken uh, uh, taken into consideration while deciding which plan should be implemented in New Delhi. So it was based on the particulate matter levels, particulate matter 2.5 and 10. These two measures were used till 2000, 2022. Okay. Now, when this commission was formed, CAQM. Now it has changed the measures or regions on which parameters on which this decision is to be taken. And now the parameter is air quality index, AQI. You have to remember it. First, the previously decision was based on the particulate matter, but now decisions are based on air quality index. What this air quality index is? Air quality index is made by Central Pollution Control Board. It measures the air quality index, and on these indexes, the decision for enforcement of grid response action plan is taken. Okay. Now, moving ahead. So there are four categories: poor air quality, very poor air quality, severe air quality, and then severe plus air quality. So you just have a basic idea of this. You don't have to mug up all these things. Okay, some new additions have been done and something have been done, but this is for enforcement purposes and not for remembering much. But you must know that there are four stages in CACP's Graded Response Action Plan, GRAP. Okay. So, okay, what is Commission for Air Quality? That I have already told you that it is now the statutory body, has been constituted in the Area Act. Act has been passed into 2021. It is for coordination research, conduction of research. Research is also a domain of this body. Okay, these are research towards the issues related to air quality in NCR. You have to remember it. And it releases strategic direction for the environmental pollution to the state governments also. State governments like adjoining the Delhi, like UP, Haryana, and Punjab here. So all these states come under the control of CACP. Okay. Okay. What is National Air Quality AQI? AQI is released by CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. You already know. You must have read in your static topic, static syllabus. But for your reference, I am covering this. Okay. So it includes 8 pollutants: PM10, PM2.5, nitrogen oxides, ozone, sulfur oxide, carbon monoxide, uh, ammonia, and lead. Okay. It has 6 categories. You must remember it. So AQI has 6 categories, while CAPCB's GRAP has 4 categories only. So there is a difference. Okay. Now moving ahead, CAPC, Central Pollution Control Board. You must remember what this board is. This is statutory body. Statutory body. This has been constituted under Water Pollution Control Act. You must remember it. It is Central Pollution Control Board. It has first been constituted under Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. But later on, Air Prevention and Control Act was also enforced, and some of the powers have been given to CPCB. Okay. Okay. Now what happened? CPCB does another some other initiatives also. National Air Quality Monitoring Programs has also been launched by Central Pollution Control Board. What happens then in this? This is a nationwide program of ambient air quality monitoring. So this is nationwide. You can find in your area also National Air Quality Monitoring Program. So what it does, it covers 4 pollutants only. We have discussed in air quality index AQI. Sorry, 8 pollutants. Okay. Number how many pollutants? 8. But only 4 pollutants. Now 4 pollutants are used in National Air Monitoring, National Equality Monitoring Program. So it identifies for the regular monitoring of all locations. What are the 4 pollutants? Sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, PM10, and PM2.5. Only these 4 parameters are used in National Air Quality Index. Okay. One thing that you must also remember is Pran portal. Pran portal is also for monitoring of National Clean Air Program (NCAP) in 131 cities. We will discuss it about later, but you must remember it. Pran portal is also there for air quality measurements. So okay, you have to remember all these things because this becomes a very important part of the static topic. Okay, static topic, and because you must have very clear idea of static topics, so that whenever a new current affairs come, you may get a full insight of the topic. Okay, now moving into the next topic, under the air quality regulation of firecrackers. So nothing of much importance will be here from the perspective of the pre, but just for a historical concept. So all the firecrackers use barium nitrate. So what this compound is, it burns with light and different type of colors and emit large amount of sound. So what was happening? The firecrackers were being burning in Delhi, and due to this, during the time of November or December, so November and December, highly high pollutants were increasing in Delhi. So Supreme Court has once said about Delhi that it is becoming a gas chamber. Gas chamber. You can also quote this statement of the Supreme Court in your mains also. Gas chamber. Okay. So so after that, what Supreme Court said? Supreme Court banned firecrackers in Delhi NCR region, and it called upon the government agencies to create environment friendly environment friendly firecrackers. So in this series only, in this by this knowledge you can get a idea about green crackers. These are the some crackers which have been formed as environment for friendly alternatives of the crackers. So these don't contain hazardous elements like barium nitrate. Barium nitrate is not contained in this. Okay, causes 30% reduction in particulate matter PM due to using potassium nitrate. These use potassium nitrate as an oxidant. You don't have to remember every compound, but you just remember that barium nitrate is not being used, and you have to remember this, that it causes 30% reduction in particulate matter. Okay, another body which has been asked to develop this green cracker is Council for CS Council for Scientific Industrial Relations body, National Environment and Engineering Research Institute, and NERI. So NERI has developed three types of firecrackers, green crackers like Swas, Star, and Safar. You must remember all the three names. UPSC may ask that Swas, Star, and Safal are related to. So it will give two, three options, and then in one of the option it will be like green crackers. So you must remember the names Swas, Star, and Safal. And the headquarter of NERI is in Napoli. Okay, you must remember all these things. This thing is unimportant for the prelims perspective as of now. Okay, okay. Residue crop residue revised crop residue management guidelines. So in this topic of air pollution that we discussed. Okay, I have discussed with you that Delhi have high amount of air pollution during November and December. Okay, so one of the reason was Diwali's firecracker. Other major problem is vehicle vehicle pollution, and some of the expert has also called another reason for this is stubble burning. Stubble burning. So stubble burning is a major issue. What this stubble burning is? Stubble burning is that when the time of November, October or November come, October to November. So paddy is a crop being cultivated by the farmers during this monsoon season. So by the time of October November, the paddy is being cut from the field. So that, after that, whatever the crop of paddy is like this is the crop of paddy, and this is the grain of the paddy. So what this farmer will do, they will cut out this grain and leave this rest of the plant in the field. So how to now after this November they have to grow another crop on this same field. So what they do, they just burn out this residue. This is called stubble burning. So burning of this residue of the paddy is called stubble burning. So due to this burning, what happens? High amount of pollution, air pollutions emit, and then they move to Delhi NCR region. Okay, so in order to reduce this paddy stubble burning, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has revised the crop residue management guidelines. So what can we do with this stubble? So if I ask you as a person, as informative person, so what can we do with this stubble? Either we can make a compost through this, okay, and then we can also use this as a fuel, okay, and we can also convert this to biogas. So these are the things that we can do with the stubble instead of burning it. Okay, so now we will consider over the news. More of the news. It is guideline will enable efficient ex-situ management. Ex-situ management. Management of this paddy straw outside the field. Ex-situ field generated in Punjab, Haryana, and UP. Okay, what are the features of the guideline? Which are techno commercial pilot projects. Techno commercial pilot projects will be launched. This is a pilot project. For what? It is for supply chain. Now, supply chain will be established between a farmer and a industry. So, farmer will sell to this person who is supplier this vegetable, and then this supplier will sell to industry, and industry will do these type of things. Okay. So this whole using of this stubble to the economic perspective is called circular economy, or in a more refined way, waste to wealth. Okay. Now this will be pilot project will involve the supply chains. Okay. Now finance assistance will be on the capital cost of machinery and equipment will also be given to the by the government to the industry will get financial assistance to set up the plants. Okay. The state government to approve the projects. State government will be the sole authority to approve the projects. Central government will not approve the projects. Only the state governments. Finance assistance to be extended for machineries and equipments. For machinery and equipments, the finance assistance will be given by the government. So, okay, now about the stubble burning, I have already told you all these things. Emission of gases. What are the emission of gases? Carbon, methane, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxides, and nitrous oxide. All and particulate matter, particulate matter are important pollutants coming out of this stubble burning. Okay, land loss of the plant nutrients is also an important challenge, and effect on the environment and soil health. Okay, why are this what are the reasons for stubble? Why are farmers burning this? Farmers use less labor intensive methods. So collection of this stubble is manual process. So in order to reduce the manual labor, the less labor intensive methods like combined harvesters and leaving behind rice stubble is practiced. Okay, 10 days gap between the harvesting season and sowing of the wheat is less. So what I told you now, when this paddy has been paddy's grain has already been removed. Now we have to sow. The farmer has to sow a next crop, and only 10 days difference he has. 10 days time he has to sow in the next crop. So in within these 10 days, how can a person, how can a farmer do all the land management and other practices, tilling of the fields, and also maintain this crop residue? So what they do, they just burn out this crop residue and start tilling the land. Okay. And traditional and conservational practices, this burning of the stubble is a traditional practice, and it is still being continued by the farmers. Okay. So on and one other major the benefit of this stubble burning is pest and disease gets killed in the fire. Okay. What are the options for XC2 management? I already told you biomass. You can use it as a fuel. You can make biogas out of it, and you can produce alcohol also from the paddy straw. Okay. Another important news that is directly not related to the air pollution, but this is important informative news for you. So, so researchers were discussing the possibility of using the cloud seeding to tackle the Delhi's air pollution. So, when the pollution, you just you can understand through this informative diagram. Okay, like air pollution is very high in Delhi. Okay, so how can this pollution be reduced? So you can reduce it by bringing the rain. What rain will do? Rain will attach this dust particles over the drops, and these drops will settle on the ground, and hence whole this whole air pollution will get to the ground. So in order to reduce the air pollution of Delhi, this method was being proposed during the time of October, no, December or January. Okay, so what this cloud seeding is, you must understand what is cloud seeding. So cloud seeding is a process. So consider this: silver iodide is a compound. You must remember it because it is very important and very important fact for cloud seeding. Silver iodide is released by plane or ground-based generator. So this plane can also release, or this ground-based generator can also pump silver iodide into the atmosphere. Okay, what will happen in the atmosphere? This silver iodide will act as hygroscopic regions. Hygroscopic regions. Are around these the water vapor will get accumulate, and once this water vapor gets condensed, it will convert into a raindrop. So when this raindrops size will get above a certain volume, so this rain will come out as this water will drop below and will rain in the entire area. So iodide particles are put. Silver iodide particles reach the targeted cloud. Okay, so aid in the formation of the crystals get on, and when too low, too heavy, to remain the ice crystal often then crystal then fall. Okay, this is all about cloud seeding. So I have already told you all this. All the things are written here. You can just go through this. What are the conditions? You must remember these conditions required for cloud seeding. Even not every time this can work. There must be some conditions when this cloud will get formed. Otherwise, everyone will keep on putting the silver iodide and getting the rain. So some conditions must be met for rain to happen. So what are these conditions? A suitable temperature must be present, typically between -10 to -12 degrees Celsius. Cloud cover should cover at least Cloud cover should cover at least 50% of the target area. Whatever the target area we want to get rain, at least 50% of the area should be covered by the cloud. Okay, then wind speed should not be very high and less effective when relative humidity is less than 75. So relative humidity should be greater than 75%. Then only this rain can happen. Okay, types of this is not very important. You just leave them. Okay, this is all about cloud seeding, and you must remember each and every detail of this cloud seeding because sometimes in the pre this question can be asked. Okay, okay. In this air pollution topic only, air pollution. So air pollution is happening at a rampant pace. You all remember, all must understand. So in each city, some type of pollution already exists. It may be because of vehicle or HICL. Okay, vehicle pollution because of thermal power plants or some other measures, but air pollution is happening. So in order to reduce this air pollution in cities, the under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, the Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan has been launched. Okay, it has been in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change under the National Clean Air Program, NCAP, National Clean Air Program. Okay, what is National Clean Air Program? We will discuss it. What are the objectives of it? To create awareness among the people, inform the citizens about the health impact. Okay, if comparing the air quality conditions and achieve the NCAP goal of clean air for all. These are the objectives. These are very basic objectives. You just don't have to remember it. It is very like logical. Okay, so previously also we have read about this Prana portal. Prana portal has been launched under NCAP, National Clean Air Program. So what this is, we will understand it now. So National Clean Air Program (NCAP) was launched in nearly 2016 or 17, or sorry, 18 or 19, I think. 18, 19 National Clean Air Program was launched. What this does, it targets 130, nearly 130 cities cities that are state capitals and very major cities, and tries to reduce the particular matter by 30 to 40% till 2030. So this is all about a National Clean Air Program, NCAP. So you know, in this news category, you must remember that Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan. What are the results of the Swachh Vayu uh, Sarvekshan? Is that Indore is at first category, ranked first in the first category. First category is million plus cities. Amravati of Maharashtra is first in second category, 3 to 10 lakhs, and then Parwano of Himachal Pradesh has been ranked first in the third category, less than 3 lakh population. Only this much information is very important, otherwise, nothing is as such very important. Okay, now what about water? Now, the topic of air pollution is over. Now, water pollution. Water pollution is, even if as we have discussed in the air pollution, the water pollution is also same. Okay, so water pollution, any impurity if added to water, then it contaminates water and makes it unfit to drink or what? To drink or bath. So this is called water pollution. Okay, so under the water pollution, we are first topic is groundwater in India. So groundwater, under the groundwater, Union Ministry of Jal Shakti has released the dynamic groundwater resource assessment report. Resource assessment report has been launched by this Ministry of Jal Shakti. So what are the highlights of the report? Highlights of the report are carried out by Central Groundwater Body, Central Groundwater Body, and states jointly. What is Central Groundwater Body Board? We will understand in a little bit time. Okay, okay. So what are the key results of the report? Overexploited units have reduced to 11.23% from 14.2% in 2022. Okay, you must remember what are these overexploited regions. Overexploited regions are indicating the groundwater extraction exceeds annually replaceable groundwater recharge. Okay, so let's consider this area. In this area, if rain is coming and like 4 liters, just an example, 4 liter of water is being recharged to groundwater. So if the extraction by the people of this region is more than 4 liter for consumption needs, if the extraction of the groundwater is more than 4 liter, then whatever being replenished consumption is greater than the whatever the amount has been replenished. So this block is called over exploited block. Okay, I hope you have understood it. So these type of over exploited blocks have decreased from 14% to 11%. This is a good news. Okay, good news. Now overexploited units mostly, where are these overexploited units are there? In the northwest region, including Punjab, Haryana, UP regions, western part like Rajasthan and Gujarat because of the arid climate. In the southern part also, like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, because the groundwater availability is low in the crystalline aquifers, because the aquifers or the ground has high rock concentration because of the plateaus being there, plateaus. So water this rainwater is unable to penetrate to the groundwater level, and hence groundwater recharge is not happening very fast. Okay, you must remember that northwest, western and southern region are the regions where this overexploited units are very high in number. Okay, moving ahead, what are the critical units? Critical units are the units where extraction is between 90 to 100%. So if uh, if 100 liter of water is moving or being recharged into the groundwater, then if the extraction is 90 to 100 liter, not the whole 100 but 90 to 100, so this is called critical unit. It is 3.04%. Okay. What about semi critical units? Critical units are 70 to extraction 70 to 90%. So these are 10%, 10 to 10.5% nearly of assessment units are critical, and safe units are extraction is less than 70%. Extraction less than 70%. These are 73.14% SMA. This has increased from 67%. So 70%, 73% are safe units. Okay. Now moving ahead, groundwater scenario in India. So what about groundwater? Groundwater is India is the world's largest groundwater user. You must remember it. Okay, and this is very important fact, and UPSC asks in prelims sometimes. Okay, water level is more than 60% of the wells monitored by Central Groundwater Board has registered a decline trend over the last decade. So over the last decade, more than 60% wells in the regions that have been assessed by the National Central Groundwater Board have showed a declining trend. You must remember this fact. These two facts are important. Okay, so coming to this body, Central Groundwater Board. What is this Central Groundwater Board? It has its headquarters in Faridabad, Haryana. Okay, it was made in 1970. 70. Okay, it comes under Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay, so what's its mandate? Its mandate is national. It is an apex body, national apex agency. It is the responsibility of providing scientific input for management, exploration, monitoring, assessing of only groundwater resource. It is no. It doesn't have surface water in its mandate. Surface. It is not concerned with the surface water. Only groundwater. It is concerned with. Okay. Now moving for the next topic, water trading. So Niti Aayog Niti Aayog has released a document on water trading mechanism. So, what will this do? This will do to promote the reuse of treated wastewater. So, what happens? Because water is a scarce resource. Water is a scarce resource, and India is moving into water scarcity domain. Water scarcity. Water scarcity domain. Okay. So, Niti Aayog has now released this document of water trading. So, what will happen? What will happen? Let's just read about this, and then I will make you understand through this. What is water trading? It uses water as a commodity rather than a public good. Public, you must have understanding from your economics that if a good is a public good, then everyone can use it. It is available in the free of cost, and no one or not even government can deny a person of use of this public good. But if anything is given as a commodity, then only those who can afford it can get it. So water will now become a commodity. So if a thing becomes commodity, it has a price, and if it has a price, then it can be traded easily. So water will now become tradable commodity. So water. Now you must have considering that drinking water that we take in the bottles, drinking bottles, drinking water bottles, those are already being having a price. So drinking water is a commodity now, but now the price is being fixed for treated water. Treated water. There is a difference. Okay, you must remember it. Okay, what is the mechanism that has been proposed? Water company. A water company, rather than creating its own water resource, can buy the water from the third party and sell it to the user. Okay, so water company, what is the company that is making the water, can get it from third party and then sell it to the consumers. Okay, So water use certificates will be formed under this water trading. Water reuse certificate, whatever the water reuse certificate, everyone residing in a city will be given some target. Some target will be given that you have to use this much amount of treated water. So if that person is unable to use this water reuse certificate, then he has to unable to use this treated water, then he has to buy this water reuse certificate. It is like a mechanism in the Paris Agreement of carbon market carbon market. So in that also, no, certificates are traded. So this is the same mechanism that is being proposed by Niti Aayog. Okay, water users having water reuse certificate may sell them in the open market, allowing the other water users to bridge the gap between their water waste reuse targets. So this is the same mechanism. Okay, I hope you have understood it. So this much information is important. Now moving to other water related, this information is not important. So water quality standards. This information can be important. So what are the water quality standards? Two water quality standards are biological oxygen demand (BOD) and chemical oxygen demand (COD). This is a part of the static topic. Static topic. So just for your clarity, so for the sense of clarity, biological oxygen demand (BOD) is a demand or need of oxygen. It is need of oxygen for microbes microbes to to uh, decompose the organic matter organic matter in sewage. So whatever the sewage there, and the organic matter present in the sewage, the amount of oxygen that is needed by the organisms to fully decompose this is called biological oxygen demand (BOD). Okay. Now, if the oxygen availability is lesser, so BOD will be higher. The higher the BOD, the more the demand of the oxygen, and hence more the pollution. You have to remember this. If BOD is high, means demand of oxygen is high. If demand of oxygen is high, then pollution is high. Because when the pollution is high, then only the oxygen demand of oxygen will increase, and then our BOD will increase. Okay. Now, this if this is BOD, then what is COD? COD is a chemical oxygen demand. So instead of decomposing only organic matter, then other matter also, which is chemical. Okay, not organic but chemical. If this also can be decomposed, not by microns but chemical process, then the amount of oxygen that is required is chemical oxygen demand. So naturally, the COD will be greater than BOD. You must remember this. This is a very important fact. Okay, value of COD is always greater than BOD. Okay, this is all about the water quality standards. Now, Central Water Commission. This is important body. UPSC has asked many time of question on this. What is this body? This body is just a technical organization. It is not an statutory. It is an executive body. You must remember it. It is a technical organization attached as an attached office in Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay. So what this body is saying, that reservoirs in India southern states are low. India southern state, the reserve waters in the reservoir is very low, and by the recent news some days back, it is as low as 38%. So instead of having 100%, only 38% water is in the reservoirs of the southern India, and this becomes important because of the coming summer and need of the water for cities like Chennai, Bangalore, and others. Okay, so cities, cities supply of the water to the cities happens through this reservoirs only. So and lower the water availability of this of these reservoirs becomes a problem for the southern states. Okay, this is the news that has been given by Central Water Commission. Okay, moving next, Jal Diwali. Jal Diwali is for women for water for women campaign. This campaign is launched by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs under the Amrut Mission. Okay, and in partnership with National Urban Livelihood Mission. Okay, what this program will do? To provide a platform for the inclusion of women in water governance. In the water governance area, the women will be included in the region. Okay, now under this Amrut mission, the water and sanitation has been focused. You must have remembered it in the section of government news, that you must have government schemes that you must follow. Okay, so in the Amrut mission, sewage treatment and drinking water availability and other water issues are focused. Rainwater harvesting also. So under Amrut, okay, what this national urban rural mission is? This urban rural mission forms groups of women, self-help groups. Okay, self-help groups of women, and provides them some livelihood opportunities. So this is the program of National Urban Livelihood Mission, NULM. So under this Ministry of Housing Affairs has launched this Jal Diwali campaign in order to bring women into the water governance. Okay, I hope you understood it. Now, next topic, plastic pollution, that will be done in the next video. Okay, I hope you like the video. Okay, thank you. Keep studying. Keep working very hard. Okay.